So we're going to do a trade appraisal. Okay. All right. So my first question is going to be, what kind of vehicle will you be trading in? Will you be trading in? The reason why I say it that way is because a percentage of people will say, I'm going to sell it on my own. I'm going to sell it to Carvana. I'm going to sell it to CarMax. I'm going to sell it to whoever. That's the reason why I want to phrase it this way. Because they're like, no, I want them to tell me, like, no, I'm probably just going to sell it to somebody else. They basically need reassurance. Why are they going to sell it to somebody else? That's the question I'm going to ask myself. I already know, because they're going to get more money. That's what they believe.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask them, so when you say you're going to sell it to somebody else, what makes you want to sell it to somebody else? I want them to tell me, I want to get more money. Okay, so if I treat you fair on that, will you trade it in with me? Yep, perfect. So tell me about your vehicle. What kind of trade do you have?
I have a 2018 Chrysler 300.
I'm going to write that. I'll just do it here. 2018 Chrysler 300.
Yes.
And just curious, how long have you had it?
4 years, 3 years?
3 or 4 years?
Yeah, 2 or 3, yeah.
About 3 or 4 years. And how many miles are on it?
70.
70,000. And tell me a little bit about it.
Oh, well, it has heated seats. The backup camera's kind of struggling right now. It's a blue screen. I don't know if it's the camera or the screen itself. So I'm a little bit worried about that. And I know most dealerships, they're going to be like, well, that's going to take $2,000 to fix it. Everything is $2,000 for dealerships to fix.
Okay.
So I feel like I want to, and this is personal, like this is what kind of happened about a year ago. I wanted to do something with it, or a couple months ago. I want a fair trade, and I went on several different websites, and I was going to see what they would offer. So I'm willing to listen to what you have to offer for a trade-in.
Okay.
But it's got to meet that number.
Okay.
You know.
And the thing is like, I don't personally want to ask, what's that number?
Well, that's why I wouldn't want to ask that either.
Because my opinion is, it's worth what it's worth. And you can tell me whatever. Odds are most consumers, most customers, they want more than the car is worth.
Of course.
They want retail. And I have to justify that it's not worth that. That's the point of the appraisal, right? So once we figure out this, you tell me how many miles are on it, how long you've had it. The reason, like, I'm going to break it down more the way you'll appreciate it. So the reason why I want to literally figure out how long you've owned it is because if someone buys a car, the first year or so, they probably have negative equity. Meaning they just bought it, it depreciates, they drive it off the lot, okay? And because of that, unless they put a lot of money down, they had a free and clear trade, the chances of you selling somebody that just bought it 8 months ago, 10 months ago, I'm still going to try it, but I know in here it's not as likely versus someone that's owned it for 3 or 4 years, okay? And then I'm also going to be like, so just curious, like, what kind of monthly payment do you have? 400. And what bank is it with?
Capital. No, Chrysler Capital.
Chrysler Capital. Okay. So Santander.
What does that mean?
So that's not the bank. Okay. So Chrysler Capital. So the reason why I want to ask what bank is because banks will basically, you're going to learn there's good credit banks and there's bad credit banks. So I basically just asked you how your credit is without you really knowing it. Yeah. If you tell me like consumer portfolio, if you tell me CAC, if you tell me like certain banks like Westlake, they're bad credit banks, yeah. Okay? And that tells me that that's what probably you have, you know. And then if it's a bad credit bank, I'm going to ask every single time, have you made all of your payments on time? Because I'm hoping that you have, then your credit goes up. Then I can work with that. Yeah. Okay. So what bank? Very important to understand because it tells you.
Day.
Chrysler Capital. Chrysler Capital, like, they do good credit and they do bad credit.
Yeah, I had a lot of money down too.
So it's just, and then people are creatures of habit. So if you did 400. Unless you got an increase in pay, unless you do something, hey, you're probably going to say, I want to be around the same payment. That's what a lot of people do. That's the reason why I want to ask that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then also I want to ask that because if I ask you how much money you're putting down, like I already did up here, and you're like, I don't have no money down. Okay. Can you go ahead and put your next payment down? That's another reason why I want to ask that question. So also, like, more questions. Like the one question that I